Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert Camo, the fantasy football counselor, online here with Tanner. What's happening, Tanner?
What's going on? We got some bold takes today.
We're talking bold predictions here today, but before we get into this, and there's some really good bold predictions. I'm telling you, Tanner, we got some hot ones that actually could happen this year. I'm beyond excited. Before we do, guys, head on over, download the app right now, DraftKings. Sign up using promo code FF Lion. Tanner, yes, thank you for pointing it out. I appreciate the energy. You play DraftKings, do you not, Tanner?
Of course.
There you go. So Tanner plays, we play, and I'm going to be doing a Saturday DFS show, and I'm telling you guys, this is it. We're going to draft every single week here on the Fantasy Football Counselor podcast. Download the app. FF Lion is the code there, the official daily fantasy sports partner of the NFL, and they're sponsoring the show. Go do that right now. Tanner, let's get into the show. Bold predictions. Let's roll to it. All right, welcome to the show. We're talking bold predictions, and I'm in the middle of shaving. I mean, I gotta do this before the show. I'm using my Manscaped trimmer. Now, I actually used this on my balls prior to this, and I didn't sanitize it. So probably not a good idea, Tanner. I recommend you sanitize your
Absolutely.
Do not put this on your face after you shave your balls. So manscaped.com, you guys know it, manscaped.com, promo code SHOWERLINE. Go get yourself a trimmer and use it properly, right? So you don't want to do what I just did.
Oh, absolutely. No. Don't do that.
Never. So
sanitize.
And I'm actually wearing their underwear. I'm not going to show it here on camera. It's a little inappropriate, but I'm wearing their underwear. Super comfortable, doesn't bunch up, and your balls will thank you. Again, use that promo code SHOWERLINE. Save yourself 20%. Go treat yourself. And also, one more thing, Tanner, some more people have to do the draft this weekend. There's more people that need to do it. So head on over, guys, thefantasyfootballcounts.com. Get the 16-round draft solution right now. Get 16 rounds right now. All right? You guys are going to dominate your leagues. Tanner, are you ready? We're talking bold predictions. Do you want me to start, or do you have one right away?
I'll start it off with a bang right away. I've got Aaron Rodgers going back-to-back MVP seasons.
Wow.
Chip on his shoulder. He's going to take the league again.
This is a little biased, though. I think you're a Packers fan. I'm going to disagree and say that it's very rare for people to have multiple pinnacle seasons like that. We're going to have to rely on a healthy Davante Adams all season. Everything's got to go Cinderella style for this to happen. This is very bold, but it's bold, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think since he's going to be doing back-to-back MVP seasons, you're going to see Davante Adams have over 15 touchdown receptions again.
Well, yeah, he had 18. Maybe, you never know. That's bold. I've seen history shows me that when a player has a pinnacle year, there's a good chance there's a decline. I think this is it for both of these guys. I got one for you here. You ready for this one?
Shoot.
Michael, it's on the cover of the artwork here for YouTube. Michael Pittman will be a top 10 wide receiver in fantasy football.
Oh.
Currently sitting around 55th, I think, on the wide receiver rankings. Hilton is out. Hilton is out. We don't know how long he's going to be back. So Pittman, a guy with Carson Wentz, there could be a connection there. Volume is there. They've got a good running game. They've got a good O-line. Things will open up for the wide receiver. But will Pittman step up? That's the question. But I don't care because he's really good value in fantasy drafts. And that's my bold prediction.
That's a bold prediction for sure. I'm not sure I would say I agree with it, but that's why we're doing this show. It's a bold prediction.
Why are you so scared? You seem really like wincing, and you're like, I don't really feel.
I just don't think he's like, he hasn't proven to be consistent. He has had 1 year in the league. You got Carson Wentz at quarterback, who I don't really think is a top tier QB.
Yeah,
I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, no, I that's why it's very bold.
It is bold.
He is in a position to succeed, and I'm really banking on upside.
That does make sense. He is in a position to succeed, but not a top 10 finish, in my opinion. But That's a good, bold prediction.
What else do you got here for us?
Derrick Henry, back-to-back 2K rushing seasons.
Wow, I like this one. And I see this one possibly happening. It's never been done before. That's what I like about it. What do you see, man? Do you see you definitely see this, or do you think this is just super bold, or is this? I
see it happening. He's literally their only weapon. I mean, this offense is all Derrick Henry. I think without Derrick Henry, they would have to rely too much on passing, and Tannehill was not made to pass the ball 40, 50 times a game. That's just the way it's going to be.
Yep.
Okay. Derrick Henry is the guy there. He's the offense. He's getting at least 25 carries a game. So it's a 2K season.
I could definitely see it. The talent is there. Durability, as long as he stays healthy, we've got ourselves a winner here yet again. One of the safest running backs to get in fantasy this year. I got one here for you. This one's fun. Let's keep them rolling. Now, Justin Herbert will beat, listen to this, Pat Mahomes in fantasy points this year. What do you think?
That's a very bold take. Patrick Mahomes, I think, is he at first every year?
He's pretty much the first. He's the first quarterback coming off the board pretty much this year. He finished 4th last year. Justin Herbert finished 9th. Now, listen, let's talk about what separates these guys, okay?
Okay.
Herbert actually had more completions. He had 396 completions compared to Mahomes' 390. He actually threw more, 595 to 588. Pat Mahomes threw a little bit less. Now, games, they both played 15 games. The only thing I think that's separating these guys really, is the touchdown. So Mahomes had 38 touchdowns to Herbert's 31. Now, if you look at rushing touchdowns, Herbert actually had 5. Mahomes had 2. So I don't see much separating these guys. Herbert going now into his 2nd year.
I see your point.
What's that?
I said, I see your point.
Yeah, this could be something. I think I'm trying to invest in some Justin Herbert cards right now, but they're already expensive. But I really want to load up on Herbert rookie cards because I really feel he could be the best quarterback in the NFL. My
roommate's got a whole stack of rookie Herbert cards right now. He bought them early and he knew it. He was on it. But that is a bold take because I do think that Patrick Mahomes is going to be like the guy. He's proven now for at least 3 consecutive seasons he's a top tier fantasy QB.
Yeah,
Justin Herbert had a great rookie season. I'm not going to take that away from him, but if he could do that again back to back, I'll trust him for sure. The ceiling is absolutely there, but if you want a guy who's going to be top tier consistency, I'm going with Patrick Mahomes. I think he's going to win out with more fantasy points.
Yeah, this is bold, but I think it's realistic because, again, the only thing I'm seeing separating these two guys really in fantasy points, Mahomes finishing 374 points PPR. Well, it doesn't matter for quarterbacks much. It's 374 to 332, and he has 7 more touchdowns. I think that could be the difference there. Justin's just got to get his touchdown interception ratio up, and we're looking good. 31 to 10 compared to Mahomes 38 and 6. So good interception ratio for Pat Mahomes, better. And I think if Justin Herbert improves that, we've got ourselves a guy that can beat out Pat Mahomes this year. So I'm going with that, and I can get Herbert round 5-6.
I drafted Herbert, so I do want him to do really well. I drafted Herbert, and when I did, so I'm in a league with middle-aged men, my dad and his friends and stuff. But when I drafted Herbert, they laughed at me, and I was like, whatever. I got a steal. I got him in the 5th or 6th round.
Yeah, so. He's a stud.
Yeah.
All right, what else do you got?
Okay, you're not gonna like this one, but I got Dalvin Cook staying healthy for the entire season.
Wow, finishing all 17 games.
Yeah,
it's funny how there's 17 or is there 18 games this year?
17 games.
17 games. So 17 games, okay, and he hasn't finished one with the regular 16 games. So I just don't see that happening.
It's bold. It's a bold take.
I know it's a very, very bold take. I don't see it, but that's a good one.
All right, what you got?
Pushing the buttons. All right, here we go. Both Ekeler, this is funny, this contradicts what you just said. Both Ekeler and Cook, Austin Ekeler, running both in the top 10 in PPR right now amongst the consensus that Sheep's rankings, will finish outside of the top 15 in overall fantasy points amongst running backs in their position, and injuries do count. So if they get injured, that's part of it. Both finishing outside the top 15, both of them, not one, not two, both finishing not only outside of the top 10, but outside of the top 15.
Now that's an iffy. Now, if I could definitely see them getting injured. Okay, I see that as a high possibility. But if they're healthy, they're not finishing outside the top 15. Ekeler, I can buy that. Cook, not a chance.
Not a chance.
But that's a bold take.
This is really bold. This is like reaching out there, and this has got to mean that they got to get hurt literally within the first 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh yeah. But I do like what the Chargers have with Roundtree, though.
Yeah, He does look good. He looked good in preseason. I think he's going to be the goal line guy, but Joshua Kelly hasn't improved his reception game. Remember, like they were talking about that.
I don't like Kelly. I just don't.
No,
like
I don't
Kelly.
like him either.
Good.
All right, what else do you got? Let's keep them rolling. Any more bold predictions?
All right, here we go. Let's see. Keenan Allen bounces back with the 1,000-yard season at least. So he didn't. He caught 992. He had 992 yards last season with 8 touchdowns. So he's going to bounce back. There's no Hunter Henry. He's really like their biggest go-to guy in the receiving game. Justin Herbert. If you want him to have a great year, Keenan Allen's his guy. He's going to have at least 1,000 to 1,100 yards.
Yeah, and I've talked about the sleeper Josh Palmer as well getting some work. I'm not sold on Mike Williams staying healthy, but if
Mike Williams won't stay healthy.
If he does, him and Keenan Allen, I mean, we've got a huge year here out of the Chargers and Justin Herbert. So yeah, I mean, just under 1,000 yards last year. Very disappointing, when you have those expectations for a guy like Keenan Allen, who is the one with Herbert there, finishing 12th last year. When you mean bounce back, you mean like just over 1,000 and more touchdowns and 8? Like he had a good season, top 12 fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel him going even better than that. He's going to have over 1K yards easily.
All right, I got one here. I got one here. A rookie quarterback meeting a Justin Fields, Trey Lance, someone like that. A rookie cracks the top 10 in quarterback fantasy points. I mean, that's not a huge bold prediction. It's very viable, but I think it's going to happen. And I mean, anyone, Zach Wilson's got potential. There's a ton of quarterbacks this year.
Do you have one in mind that you specifically think could crack the top 10?
I think Wilson. I think Wilson can do it. I think he's better than people think. I'm not a Jets fan at all, but I think Wilson can do it. Mac Jones, maybe.
I think Mac Jones.
Maybe that's a bit of a reach. It's going to be interesting. Fields, but the thing is, Fields has got to get on the field earlier. You can't have Dalton.
Matt Nagy's an idiot.
You can't have. He's the future. Get his. I believe in this guy as our future guy. He starts, and the fact that they're starting Dalton is ludicrous. So
stupid.
I would say, definitely. I would say if they got Fields on the field week 2. He's got a good chance to crack the top 10 because he looks kind of like Lamar Jackson. He moves. He's elusive. He works well on his feet. He's pretty accurate from what I saw.
He looks really good.
Get him on the field. Get that confidence going. So I think this is very viable. One of these guys is going to crack the top 10. I think so. Very viable.
It's definitely a possibility. They just got to get on the field. And Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, they have the better chance over Fields just because Matt Nagy's an idiot.
Yeah. All right. Let me go back to back here. I got one because this one is really okay. Ready? Rookie of the year. Rookie of the year. I don't know if this is bold because it's very viable, but there's tons of good potential rookies this year. Like we just mentioned, a bunch of these quarterbacks could really emerge that are young, right? There's a couple other good players, even at wide receiver, that could do well. Waddle, I'm not really sold on Waddle. There's Devontae Smith, Elijah Moore. There's a ton of talent here. Amon St. Brown could be a big target guy in Detroit. And we're talking fantasy football sleepers now. But rookie of the year, you've got it right here, Mr. Najee Harris. What do you think? Najee Harris, rookie of the year.
Definitely plausible. That could happen.
Not so bold, right? It's viable.
It's not over the top bold. It's definitely something that could happen. The volume could be there for him, and he's got the entire skill set of an NFL player. I mean, he's a stud. He looks like it.
I'm excited for him. I'm excited. So I've got one more after this. How many more do you got?
I got at least one more for you.
All right, let's do it.
Stephon Diggs not getting 100 receptions.
Oh, I don't know, man. He's the guy I think has got a ceiling. He had 127 last year with 166 target, leading the league in. This is crazy because he led the league in targets amongst wide receivers with 166. The only guy that came close to him was Hopkins at 160. So 127 receptions, and you're saying he's going to go under 100.
Yeah, but hey, it's a bold take.
Why would you think that? I mean, I guess there is other wide receivers there now that could catch the ball. I mean,
you got Emmanuel Sanders. You got
don't they have Davis? Don't they have like Davis? That guy Davis.
I feel like they're gonna sign Smoke again. That is John Brown, who was released.
He's not that good though.
No, he's not. But he's a deep threat.
I don't know, man. They got Gabriel Davis, like I mentioned. Cole
Yep.
Beasley, he works out of the slot, gets some volume. Manuel Sanders, maybe. And then they've got Devin Singletary starting. He's starting to he looked good in preseason. He looked okay.
I'm not a Singletary guy.
No, neither am I, but he's catching the balls. So I don't know. Under 100, I don't see it, man. I think Diggs is the number one wide receiver in fantasy this year. I think he's going to crush it.
It's bold for a reason.
Yeah. All right, my final one here, and I'm rooting for my guys. I really, and again, you can say this is a little biased because these are my guys, and I have to do it. Whenever we're talking PPR rankings, this guy is actually not number one amongst running backs, which he should be. He's number 8. He's actually, the mainstream sheep actually have Aaron Jones, Austin Ekeler ahead of this guy, but Saquon Barkley to finish as the number 1 fantasy football running back yet again. Similar to 2018. Saquon bounced back in a big way. What do you think?
I don't think he'll be healthy, but that's bold because if he can be healthy with a decent O-line, he could bounce back to his 2018 form. Definitely doable, but I don't see it happening. But that's bold because there's other backs I like ahead of him.
We're going to have to come back to this episode for sure, 100%, and look at these bold predictions. See how ridiculous how many actually panned out. But my craziest one, I still think, which one is your craziest one? Which one's the most hardest one to achieve for you, in your opinion, that you're like, that's probably not going to happen out of those ones? And I'll pick mine, I guess.
Honestly, I'm thinking I would put Derrick Henry rushing for 2K over Aaron Rodgers back-to-back MVP seasons. Because
which one's more viable?
Yeah, because it is like,
so Henry's more viable when the Henry one's more viable, you're saying?
Yes, but it's like, I mean, imagine rushing for over 2,000 yards is absolutely ridiculous.
It's hard.
I mean, that's insane. If you could do that in back-to-back seasons, I mean, that's setting history.
That's GOAT status.
Absolutely. I don't even think that's ever been achieved.
You're saying that's the hardest one, the most bold one you think out of all yours.
Yes, and even though it sounds like it's decently realistic, I want you to really think deep about it. I don't think that's ever been done in history, has it?
No, it hasn't. No. I don't think anyone's rushed over 2,000 yards twice. Never mind back to back.
Exactly. So that's to me the boldest one.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so my probably boldest one is the Ekeler and Cook finishing outside top 15. Injuries have to happen to not only one, but both of them. Literally. So that, again, I don't wish injury on anybody, but if this bold prediction happens, and Ekeler and Cook, injuries included, finish outside the top 15 in fantasy points in 2021, I'm bookmarking this. I'm going to put this out there. I'm still the GOAT of fantasy, but I'm the super GOAT, undeniable. I am the Derrick Henry rushing back-to-back 4 seasons in a row at 2,000 yards. That's how big this prediction is going to be if this bold prediction happens. And here's the deal. I'm not drafting either Cook or Ekeler. So if it happens or if it doesn't happen, I don't really care because I don't own these guys. So
I don't have either one.
Neither do I. So I think we're going to dodge 2 bullets here when it comes to fantasy football, Ekeler and Cook. And again, Ekeler busted last year based off injury. Cook has yet to finish a season. Yet to finish a season. Dalvin Cook, and it's an extended season. Good luck.
Hey, bold take. He plays all 17 games.
Wow, that's a bold take. And again, 312 attempts. I don't see him. I think he blew his load. I think Cook is done. This is the end of the line for Cook. He's been paid. He's been incentivized. I don't see Minnesota making it anywhere. Like, I mean, maybe playoffs, but they're not going to win a Super Bowl this year. I don't think they have the tools to do that. So Cook is done. This is it. This is it for fantasy. Enjoy your first round pick with Cook. I don't think it's going to happen again.
That's cool. I like that you're so confident in that. We'll see, really.
We'll bring you back maybe tomorrow, the day after, whenever you're around next. But what we're going to do is I want to do another show with players that are not respected. Let's do a show on that. I think we should talk about players that just aren't getting the respect they deserve. Robbie Anderson, had a good year last year. Still, promoted as a number 2. Kareem Hunt outscoring Nick Chubb in fantasy points.
Yeah.
Still top liver for fantasy football. There's a lot
Nick Chubb's always taken over Hunt.
Yeah, Matt Ryan. He's outside the top 15 amongst quarterbacks on the consensus rankings. This guy's got Ridley and Pitts, and he's always finishing top 5, except for last year he had a top 12 finish, but that was a down year. We're going to talk about players that deserve respect. Who else is there? There's so many players that deserve respect that aren't getting it right now. A lot of them.
I mean, you could go with so many players.
Well, let's save it for the episode. We're going to do No Respect. That's coming soon. Make sure you guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. We're going year round. Tanner is our news guy. You know, he handles football, NFL. Make sure you guys follow him. Link below. I've got it linked. Follow his Instagram, and then you can follow the trail to his other channels there. I'll leave one link to him. It's just easier to navigate for you guys. And subscribe, leave a thumbs up. Tanner, anything else for the fans?
Oh, thanks, guys, for I've been getting some hate in the comments, but you know what? That drives me to keep coming on the show. So leave what you think below. Because
they hate you because they ain't you. They want to get on the show.
They're envious.
Yeah. All right, guys, subscribe. We'll talk soon.